Well, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin today. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. The purpose of this video is to discuss what the targets coming this week, next week, over the next month and a half are going to be, ideally by the end of February. That's kind of the purpose of this discussion. So if that sounds good to you, hit the like button. Let's get started. Let's not waste any time at all. From a high to a low in March of 2024 to the low here in August of 2024, we've went right up to the 1886. That's where our all-time high is right now, right up there, pulled back to the 1608, where we found support time and time again, having a bounce off of there, right off of this area at about 94, 95K, right? A little bit lower, probably closer to like 91K to be completely fair. The next target area, just based off this fib alone, would be 123K. After that would probably be about 142K. So something in this area. I don't like to just say a specific line sometimes, but oftentimes a zone is more appropriate. 123 to 142K is what my expectation would be. If we take a relative high here, the all-time high to the relative low that we just achieved, your 2272 to 2618, the same fibs that we're basing off of here, are at 134K to 142K. Right there, the 2618's lining up perfectly there. The golden ratio lining up just above 120K right there as well. So I very much do believe that we're on our way to prices, new all-time highs. I think that not only will we see 123K, but we will see targets above 140K. I'm suspecting we'll be at 123K by the end of January, but these targets at 142K and beyond, I think will be attained sometime in February, maybe early February, but likely the middle, if not the end of February is my expectations. If we look at the weekly RSI here, you are finding support right here after being overbought and then looking to move up into the overbought zone again. You've done this before, right? You got overbought, bounced down here, literally at the same exact area that you're bouncing now, like quite literally bouncing at the same area, and then got overbought. If we were to just look back and associate this with maybe this move here, what you did was you moved up. You consolidated for a long time. You moved up and then consolidated for a short time and then moved up, right? That's what this move was. Consolidated for a long time, moved up, overbought, now you're not, and then you bounced. Then you moved up again after the consolidation. Consolidated for a long time, you moved up, overbought, now you're not. You're going to move up again. You're going to have, in reference to this move here, you're going to have this move on this next phase out, right? You can see it. And maybe it happens exactly like that. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe this is a setup and we're going to get hijinxed and it's going to just drop down, or it goes off to the moon and it's nothing like this last move. I don't know. Maybe it's just a slow, steady diagonal line all the way up. But if we were to play it off of this, very similar readings in the weekly RSI to what we saw last time, I suspect we could see a move of a similar magnitude, right? If we take the low to the high here and you put it to the low to the high of this move, it's basically the same size. This move's a little smaller than the second move. That would imply potentially then from this low, if we take this low to this high of this move here, that might imply that we see a larger move than what we've got here, and that would put us above 142K. It just keeps coming up. So 142K, maybe we go above there. The next fib targets after 142K would be 160K to 173K. I very much do believe, I might be one of the only people in crypto that believes 158K to 173K is attainable by the end of February. Like that, people think these targets, you talk about 173K, it's not something people consider, but I wake up thinking about it, man. Like, when are we going to get there? Because it's going to happen very soon. I don't mean when are we going to get there, like my brain just freaked out for a second, I guess. When are we going to get there in the sense of like I'm impatient? I just mean like I am anticipating it. Any given month now, any given week, any given day, it's coming. It's right around the corner. And I would assume, if not by the end of February, sometime in April, May, we'd be up at this zone, if not higher. But it all starts here. We're at 99.46K now. The next move is starting now, guys. We looked bearish. We looked our most bearish, our most convincing down here. Obviously, we did. It looked like we were going to break down. Now we're pressing 100K again. Now we're breaking above this high. What was a bull trap, now we're above there. Now we're trapping the bears, you guys. Bitcoin's going to move up. And if you're waiting on lower prices, you're going to keep waiting. Maybe they come. We're just below 100K now. Maybe you get 94K, 95K. Maybe you get 98K. I don't know. But what I do know is we're going to 142K or higher within the next month and a half, and there's nothing you can do about it, right? And I really do think 170K is a very strong possibility as well, something to be considered. But I got nothing else to say. We're coming to the end of this consolidation phase as a whole. You can see it because the volume has died off immensely. It does appear to me as though we're breaking out of this downward sloping resistance line, right? Maybe we're not. We're at the top of it now. But if we can get above the 60, if we can progress a little bit higher, see those prices up above 100K, that would likely cement this as a low, and also the idea that we're moving higher, progressing higher. And I want to finish on that note with the ribbon just for fun. Looking at the 3-day time frame, bouncing right off it, looking great. I doubt you go lower. Looking at the daily ribbon here, I would be surprised if you went below the ribbon. It wouldn't be too surprising if you went back into it. But again, something below 95K is not what I would expect personally. On a weekly basis, you are just dominant, man. And on a monthly basis, of course, same thing. So nothing else to say. If you guys like the video, hit the like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. 3-day RSI is great. Weekly RSI is great. Daily RSI is great. It's all good. It's all good. We'll see you at new all-time highs in a week, if not 2. Bye-bye.